everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Taking the R out for its first ride ever in the snow. A little bit of snow. Roads covered, not too much. Anyway, I want to get on here and talk about the perfect Type R. My perfect Type R. What does the R need to make it perfect? What have I done to it to make it perfect? The last one is going to be somewhat controversial, I'm sure. But, hey, it's my perfect Type R. The first thing are tinted windows. It's something that I do on every new car that I get. I tint the windows because I like the look. I like to cut the sun's glare, you know, especially the way I drive the car. Mostly it's on the freeways. Mostly it's in the morning and in the evening during rush hour. So you've either got sun beating on one side of you or the other, and it really cuts it down to have that tinting on the windows. Keeps the car cooler too. All-season tires. Of course, I've done that. I've changed the soft compound summer tires with all-season tires, as well as new wheels. And I changed the wheels. A lot of people have asked me, you know, why didn't you just put all-season tires on the Type R wheels? I did that because I want to keep the wheels in good condition, like new, if I can. And that means I don't want to drive it around in the snow and ice and salt and grit and grime and crap and ruin them, which is what we get here. Now, it's not that the car is going to get driven in horribly inclement weather or anything, but like now, there may be salt on this road with even the small amount of snow that we have, and that, of course, would be all over the wheels, so I don't want that. Clear side markers. I don't like the look of amber on any car. I would take it all off, much as I would with chrome, because I just don't like the look. That's already done on my car. It's a pretty cheap and easy mod. Doesn't take a lot. Just have to be careful because the wiring on the Type R is pretty. People are crawling because it's snowing, and that's a ridge line. It's a truck, right? But anyway, you have to be careful because the wires are kind of short, and if you pull it too hard in haste, you can break them. So, spare tire. I hate not having a spare tire, you know. Just the peace of mind to have it there. I've never had a flat tire while I've been out driving anywhere. I've had nails and tires and things and whatever, but I always check them to make sure before I leave that the tires are good. So I've never had an issue, but I don't want to have an issue. You know, and a lot of people will say, well, you know, it adds weight to the car and you're going to make the car slower, and if anything happens, just call roadside assistance or, you know, one of the vehicle services or whatever. But the problem with that is then you're dependent upon them. You know, you have to sit on the side of the road and wait until they show up and hope that they handle your car properly when they pull it up on a truck or tow it to wherever it is you need to go because you don't have a spare tire. So, of course, I've taken care of that. I'm not concerned about weight or anything like that. If I want to get as much out of the car as I can, like for racing it or something, I'll take the spare tire out. It's not a big deal, you know. But I have it now in case I need it. HomeLink. I cannot believe that this car does not come with some form of HomeLink. At least, you know, a button where you can program your garage door opener, as opposed to having to have the opener stuck on your visors or somewhere, you know. I did take care of that. This car comes with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I don't know, at least 3, 4, whatever, empty slots for accessories, I guess. So it's pretty easy to pop those up, do a little mod to your circuit board in a garage door opener, hide it behind the panel, and put a momentary switch on it. It works fantastically. My form of home link. So I've taken care of that. Now, the things that I haven't taken care of, that I still would like to do, potentially, to make this R my perfect R. Heated seats. We have winter here. You know, a lot of the parts of the country do have a winter. You know, for those of us that are going to drive the car in the winter, like I am and have and will, it'd be nice to have heated seats. Again, I know it adds a little bit of weight to the car, a little bit of cost. It should at least be an option. Now, of course, I could have aftermarkets put in, but I don't have a lot of faith in people ripping apart my seats to put things in them, you know? So that's the one big thing that I really would like to have, and maybe I will go ahead and have aftermarket installed, I don't know. But it would be nice to have heated seats. This one will be taken care of when I go in for the first service, and that is no rattles. This car likes to talk to you when it's cold. Both A-pillars, both sides, rattle. And it's common. It's known amongst the R owners. I've read about it, seen videos on it from other folks. I think it's probably just wires that were not secured tight enough, or any kind of foam padding or whatever put around them to keep them from rattling against the covers on each side. It's annoying. I don't want to hear it. There's no reason I should have to hear it. I know a lot of people, again, say, well, you know, it's a track car and you want to hear everything. You don't want to hear that. Why do you need to hear that? So that will be taken care of when I take it in for its first service. Now, this next one is probably going to be pretty controversial, I imagine. And I'm not even sure if I really agree with it myself, but the reason I bring it up is because of my mother, actually. My mother likes the Type R. She would have a Type R, except it only comes in a 6-speed manual transmission. Now, it's not like she can't drive a 6-speed manual transmission. She can. Driven one for years. But she doesn't want to have to screw with shifting gears. And, you know, a part of me kind of wishes it was available that way too. I don't know if I would buy one. Maybe I would have two. A manual transmission, which is the whole reason I got the Type R, because I wanted a manual transmission. And then maybe an automatic transmission just for daily driving, you know, back and forth to work, rush hour traffic, all that stuff. I think it would be pretty cool if there was an auto transmission available in the Type R. You know, the old argument that you don't get as much speed out of an automatic transmission as you do with a manual. You know, in other words, you can shift faster and go faster and quicker in a manual transmission than you can in automatic is simply not true anymore. Those days are over. The computer can now shift faster than you can. Obviously, you don't get to run through the gears if you don't have the manual, which is the whole reason I wanted one. But it would be nice to have, I think, an auto just to tool around in. Now, the one little thing to go with that, I think, is more horsepower. You know, right now the car sits at, I believe, 306 horsepower. I would like to see this car with a manual transmission in it pushing 400 horsepower. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome? Granted, you wouldn't have the gears, and people would say, well, gee, why wouldn't you want 400 horsepower in the manual as well? Well, that would be cool. But it just seems to me that if it had a manual, or an automatic rather, transmission in it, and it didn't have at least 400 horsepower, it might feel a little underpowered as compared to other models, other cars that do have an available automatic transmission with 400 plus horsepower, like the Corvette. My Corvette has 460 or 55, I believe it is, horsepower. And it's plenty. Could you imagine what this car would feel like with 400 horsepower. Oh my God, it'd be like lightning. It'd be awesome. So I'd like to see that as at least an option as well. Let's keep the manual transmission out there for the purists, the people that just have to have that manual in this car, which is okay. I understand that. I like it myself. That's why I bought it. Anyway, just wanted to get on here and talk about my perfect R. My quest to have the perfect R. I've done a few things, as I mentioned to it already. There's a few things left. Nothing of any substance, really. So you could say that I already have the perfect R. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. What do you think the Type R needs that I haven't mentioned that it doesn't already have? As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Please click subscribe if you haven't before. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good day.